All right, welcome to another episode of Mundelein Minute. This is episode number 20, and we are recapping the village board meeting on October 25th.
Oh, we should have had a party for episode 20.
25.
Hey.
5 more. We'll do
25.
a party.
What are we going to do for 25?
That should be around Christmas. Oh, sweater time.
No, I might just dress up as Santa.
We already have a Santa. Maybe Santa could make a guest appearance. All right. My name's Eric Schwenk. I'm a trustee in the village of Mundelein.
Hi, I'm Kara. I'm also a trustee. So my
Hey.
5-year-old has now realized, I'm a trustee. I don't know why. I think he hears us on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
And so now he thinks, I have superpowers. Because he's like, Mom, you're a trustee. You can do that. And I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, sorry. That's not how this works.
I don't know what that means. And so now he's like, is Trustee Shrink a trustee too? And I was like, yeah. He's like, so you guys can do everything? Poor guy. No sense of reality.
Such a disappointment.
Such a letdown that his mom doesn't control anything. Anyways.
So welcome to this episode. My general disclaimer, no taxpayer dollars were used in the creation or distribution of this podcast. It's my basement,
You're
house
going to
cameras.
hear kids getting
There's
ready for school.
kids upstairs and a cat may join us. So there's a lot of craziness going on. So we are recapping last night's village board meeting. It is early on Tuesday morning now. So this was last night. We're still drinking coffee in my Christmas cup. Cheers. And
I have my Christmas cup too.
it's nicely done.
We're on brand.
We're on brand.
I don't know what that means. Someone's knocking.
Somebody's knocking. All right, so we did the call of order, the Pledge of Allegiance, attendance, approval of minutes of the last board meeting. There was no public commentary. This is 2 meetings in a row now, and may have been 3. But anyways, no public commentary last night. Under presentations and awards, we had none. There was no public hearings. And
This was a very quick meeting as well.
yeah, I think this meeting was
16 minutes,
17
15
minutes.
minutes, 16 minutes, not very long.
So the mayor's report. We went into the mayor's report and did the meeting call for the committee of the whole. So the next board meeting on November 8th, we'll meet 30 minutes prior at 6:30 to talk about the tax levy.
I won't be there.
You won't be there. Oh, wow.
I'm going to be in Disney.
Oh, wow.
I know. Shh, don't tell Theo.
Oh, Theo doesn't know?
Theo doesn't know.
Oh, my gosh. Does Russ know?
Yes.
Okay, because he listens to the podcast. So.
I know. Well, wouldn't that be funny if he didn't know and then I just told him on the we're going to Disney World!
So we also had a mayoral proclamation honoring Sophia Schneckloth. Hope I got that right.
I feel like the mayor may have mispronounced her name because I could see her giggling when
Okay.
he said her name. And so now I kind of want to know how you say her name for real.
Yeah.
Because I could see, the first time I, watched her body language and she was like,
So she has been a member of the Planning and Zoning Commission for 6 years.
yeah, that's a long time.
It is.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. I think they said in the proclamation 121
Yeah.
cases came before in that time. It's a lot.
But that means there's an opening on the Planning and Zoning Commission.
That's true.
Time to get involved.
Do
Those
it.
of you that listen.
So next
Marty.
up, Marty,
Maybe now's your chance.
Commissioner. Has a good title. I like it.
Commissioner Marty.
Do it. So we did some reductions in liquor licenses last night. Luigi's decided not to sell alcohol anymore.
They're not doing dining anymore.
Right.
They're
So it just
just
kind of
gonna-
makes sense to not keep up that cost.
Yep.
So they let go of their liquor license and turned that in. Loretta's, they moved.
They moved, yeah.
Yeah, they got a bigger space in Grays Lake and they moved. So they no longer need their Mundelein liquor license and they turned that in as well. Which is sad.
Kind of bothered me last night to know that 2 businesses were having a hard time. Luigi's changing their business model and Loretta's leaving. Anyways.
Well, Loretta's is growing though.
Right, I know, but they're leaving Mundelein, which
Yeah,
is hard.
I know that's sad too.
It's kind of a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah.
So, I don't know where my mom's going to go get donuts anymore now.
Oh,
Loretta's has the best donuts.
they do have good donuts.
Sorry, Mom.
It's loud upstairs.
Lots going on.
Lots going on.
It's
this
8 in the morning.
So next up was the Verizon Master Pole Attachment Agreement. And so this is an agreement that we have to install
Cell phone nodes, right?
Cell phone towers and nodes, yeah, on village-owned property in the right-of-way.
Yeah.
And this is an agreement that we've had before. We just had to modify it and make some changes, and that's what that was.
They just added a new one to my neighborhood,
Did they?
and our cell service has sucked ever since.
Interesting.
I know. I don't think it's like functioning right. I don't know. It's super annoying.
Maybe they need to like tune it or something. I don't know how this works.
First world problems.
Right. Next was a mayoral proclamation for End Polio Now Week for October 24th through 30th.
Did you learn that polio is almost eradicated, other than like
Yeah,
a
it
few
was-
minor countries?
It was reminding me of
Crazy.
a book that's on my book list called Eradication. And last night when the mayor was talking about it, I was like, oh, I need to move that
Gotta
up on
read
my
that.
list.
Is
Yeah.
it about this?
It's about eradicating diseases just
In
overall.
general?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Trustee reports. So we went into community and economic development, which usually has a ton. And Trustee Russell got off easy last night with just sidewalk construction waiver. And this is for developments, where instead of them building out the sidewalks, they can now pay the village
A fee.
a fee in lieu of building out that sidewalk, and we can build it out when we want or use that money in other places within the village that need sidewalks.
Yeah.
Yep. Then we don't end
kinda
up with
random.
sidewalks in nowhere. That's kind of the idea.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So after that, we went into Public Works Committee and the Swalco Textile and Clothing Collection Program. So this is going to be, well, I read in the packet, what was it, 5 to 10% of what goes into the landfill is.
Yeah. Have you ever read the fact that there's a term for it, but like the basically discount fashion industry is like the biggest polluter in the world?
Oh, it's horrific.
So I've tried to be more cognizant of that. Like, I have 2 little kids, right? So they like grow out of stuff fast, but we buy a lot secondhand. I saw this documentary. I can't remember the name of it, about Shein. Do you know the brand Shein? You probably don't because you're a dude. But
Nope.
Shein is an app, and you can buy like literally every type of clothing on it, and it is cheap, like $2 shirts.
Oh,
And but basically, they were saying like 90% of what Shein makes ends up in the landfill within 2 years.
right.
Because it's cheap quality. It's cheap, like whatever. So like buying secondhand, you can get cheap stuff, but it's used more efficiently or whatever. So
Right.
clothing cannot be recycled in your normal recycling.
Right.
So this is good because it gives you an opportunity of somewhere to drop it other than going to the township, which is what we do now. And my husband hates it because I have like a bag of like, clothes or textiles or whatever, like old towels that just sit in our car until I
Right.
get
So
out
this
their way.
is a way to recycle things that you can't donate.
Yes.
Right. Goodwill wouldn't take it.
Right.
And now you have a place to get rid of it besides the landfill.
Yeah.
So the village is going to provide space for these boxes,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll
We'll see where they are.
see where they are. There'll be more communication about it, of
Yeah.
course. And
This is good. This is another attempt to be more eco-friendly. I like this stuff,
Yeah.
I have a new fascination with composting.
With composting,
Oh yeah.
do you have one of those little ones on the kitchen counter, or like a
We
full-on
have
bin?
we have one of those on the kitchen counter, but what's annoying is that we have to like bring it to Gray's Lake to empty in their compost because
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't do yard waste.
Right.
So like, or you can put it in your yard waste until November, whenever yard waste stops, like November or whatever. But we don't do that. But I saw this thing called the sub pod. I can go on a tangent about this. I'll stop. But it's like
we need, like, a whole episode on that.
self-contained composting.
All right.
Well, I was thinking about like if we could partner with them as a village to like see if we can bring that to like the police department, the fire department, so you could bring your scraps there. Anyways, this is all how my brain works, but I digress.
It's terrifying in there.
It is a scary, scary place.
Back to the village business.
Nikki Sullivan's gonna make a gif of a scary, scary place. Right
scary,
now.
scary
My
place.
brain is a scary, scary place.
Do it. So next up was vehicle purchases for the police, fire, and public works and engineering departments. And so we used some money that had been saved aside in the reserves, as well as some ARPA funds.
Yeah.
And so the ARPA funds are the federal funds that we received with the coronavirus allotments. And
We didn't purchase vehicles last.
correct. I was just going to say
Year.
last fiscal year we didn't purchase
Yeah.
any vehicles. That was one of the ways we saved money and saved jobs and employees.
Yeah.
throughout
Wait,
the
explain to me. I
pandemic.
thought we just entered the agreement with Enterprise. Why are we doing this? What does this mean?
So I was thinking about this last night too, and the deal with Enterprise with the leasing is our test, and it's for the water department vehicles, and
It's small.
it is small. It's only
the vans.
four vans, and the idea is to see how that goes, and then we can go to leasing police vehicles and leasing
Yeah.
other items that maybe not the public works dump trucks, but the police vehicles or the chief's vehicles for the
Fire department.
departments and that kind of stuff. Finance committee, we still stayed under $1 million. Your threshold there for whether you
My
like it or not.
threshold.
And
Because I get to make that decision.
right. So the governing body bill approval was $871,950.32. And that was it for finance. There was public safety committee talking about the senior center. The senior citizen
Police
police
Academy
academy
graduation
graduation at
Wednesday,
the
I think.
center in
Del Webb.
Del Webb. Thank you.
And that was
That
it.
was like a tongue twister there.
But shout out to the police department. They let us use one of their cars for Boo Bash. So that was nice of them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Building committee was nothing. Under transportation and infrastructure was the Lake Street North overpass design. So this kind of, the south one was beautified recently. Way to go, Kara, and your group. So this is doing some of the same in that area, adding the signage.
We'll use ARPA funded for
Yep,
this as
and this
well.
is ARPA funded as
This
well.
also, there's also something, I don't know if you read this in the packet, you probably did because you're crazy and read everything, but this also allows us to have, like, this company will help us negotiate with CN and IDOT in terms of, like, all the permitting, which is a big, laborious task to get CN and IDOT
to do anything.
to do all, stop, that's not nice, to get all the permitting done.
But is
and
it
stuff.
true?
I have no comment. But so this will help with that. So it's not just the design, it's also like some professional services, if you will, to get that done.
That works. And then there was nothing under other reports, and scheduled business was the omnibus vote items. And so these are items that
We've already talked about, basically.
usually things we've already talked about, things that we think would pass
Yeah.
Unanimously.
If you haven't realized yet that we have to talk about things twice usually for them to get done, draft an ordinance and then approve
And
the
then
ordinance. So
approve
this
it.
usually is like the
So like
approval.
in this one, there's two that are ordinances that we've talked about. Gas utility tax. We made a small change to that. And then the SSA number 4 for Sheldon Woods, that final ordinance came up. We paid some legal services for $28,000.
So that SSA, can we just talk
Mm-hmm.
about that for a second? So in the last episode, we talked about how we had to purchase land for $100.
Right.
And that's as a result of probably not having an SSA for tall grass
Right. So that SSA didn't kick in
Right.
to cover that
to cover
cost.
that piece of land, yeah.
Right.
Or I don't know if it had one even, because I think it was before SSAs were like a thing.
Right. And these are
So
dormant SSAs. Just going to throw that out there. So it's there and can be activated if the HOA,
doesn't take care of something that
if
we
it
have
fails.
to. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
HOA could fail too.
Okay.
So we paid some legal services to Clark Baird and Smith. Weston Solutions was our tenant, and we refunded their security deposit. We paid $65,000 to Nakasa Behavioral Health for overdose prevention, and then we gave permission for Mundelein Baseball and Softball Association to put up some temporary signs. There was no reports for the village administrator, the clerk,
The
the attorney, nothing there. And then we went to executive session at 7:18. So it
18
was,
minutes.
yeah, it was a very, excuse me.
We were home.
It was a very fast board meeting, and we
Even
were home.
executive session was fast.
It was.
Executive session was for minutes and pending ongoing
Litigation.
litigation. Yeah.
Yeah, pending or ongoing litigation, yeah.
All right. That's it.
So that's it. Thanks for watching this episode of Mundelein Minute, and we'll be back after the next board meeting. As always, if you have questions, reach out to us.
Maybe you'll have to do that podcast solo because I'll be in.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe I can do it from Disney.
Maybe I'll invite a guest.
Oh, don't replace. Oh, getting replaced, you guys. See, I go
That's
on
it.
vacation, replaced. Bummer. That's
Bummer.
it. 2 years in the making. Over.
Done. All right, we'll see you in the next episode. Have a great day.
Okay, bye.